if you've never coded in your life, you've never created a website, you don't know how to use computers, you don't know how to do any of that. And you want to create a website, but don't know how to. There are a couple steps that you can take, and you can install a couple things, and it's free, and you can actually get a website created in no more than like 5 to 10 minutes. And you can take that website and you can share it with your friends over messages or email. You can say, hey, here's my website URL or domain. Go check it out. So that's what I want to help you do today. And to do that, we first need a AI coding agent, which is just a coding agent that lets you create code. You talk to it with English language like this, and it creates things for you. Then the second thing is Cloudflare, and Cloudflare is a company that lets you take code that you create or that we create through open code and pushes it out into the public, into the internet, so that you can access, so that your friends can access the code that you built. So when I say code, I mean the website. Code and website I'll use interchangeably, so it's just the same thing. Open code is a software that you install in your computer that uh, you can download at their website, and it's available for free. And they have a pretty generous like free coding agent, which I'll cover in a little bit. Whereas Cloudflare is a platform that you only access, you only need to sign up, also for free. And just using your Gmail or whatever, they don't require a credit card or anything like that. So if you just sign up just like you wouldn't sign up anywhere else, OpenCode doesn't require an account, but Cloudflare does. But OpenCode requires an installation in your computer, whereas Cloudflare does not. So, assuming that I'm going to assume that we've installed the OpenCode, and what you would end up seeing is this view when you first open it up. And if it's more like this view, okay? And first thing you want to do is you want to click this plus button, and it says open project. And you want to just maybe go to your desktop or whatever, and you want to create a folder with some name of like the website you're creating. And so this website will be about I don't know, let's just say coffee from Ethiopia blog. Okay. And we'll click on open here. And so what this view here is showing us is just a giant chat box here, where it's kind of reminiscent of like ChatGPT, where you just type in some stuff and then it presents and it responds back to you. So it's basically the same concept, except that by installing this open code in your computer, it's able to now create files and edit files, just like your Excel spreadsheets or Word documents. And so, but you don't have to worry too much about how it does it. You just have to ask it to do things. And so, if we're creating a coffee from Ethiopia blog, we're gonna have to now just kind of describe what you want to see in there. And one of the tools that I use is um, Spokenly, which lets you speak to your computer, and so you don't even have to type this out. And I can like kind of demo that really quickly. So let me show you. Hey, can you create a website about coffee from Ethiopia? That is a blog site with a couple articles and maybe a header in there and like a contact us page. So like what that did was just take my voice and convert it into English. And when we send that in, now the coding agent open code takes that uh, English and converts it into files which contain your website. So in other words, it's just taking your instructions of like what you want to build and handles everything you need to need that you need to be able to create that website. And at this stage, if you see it working, saying like thinking or writing, and these are you don't have to pay too much attention to this until it's done. So in the meantime, I want to talk a little bit about what it is that is going to eventually end up happening at the end of this. So at the end of this, it it will have created a basic website with some random content in there. It's going to make a lot of decisions. We have not specified at all what we want it to look like. So just kind of like randomly creating a template website with primarily with the Ethiopian coffee blog content. And so done, I've created a coffee blog. Let's just take a look at it. So open in your browser to view the website. You can navigate between. Uh, so it's confusing. So like where is the website? We can ask it, and maybe we can even ask it to like open it for us. So where is the website? I don't see it. Can you just open it in my Google Chrome? Like you again, it's a very strange tool because and we're so used to uh like having to know how to use computers that maybe you sit there and like, well, how do I do it now? It's it takes a while to get used to, but one of the most effective ways is to just ask for what you want, to know what you want, or maybe like if you're stuck, you're like, oh hey, how do I do this? I have this problem. Then you just voice that out to the computer, and to open code will take that voice and we'll just act on it and we'll do something for it. So you can see right now what we came up with, which is like, don't know, came up with a you know blog site with one, two, three different, four, I don't know, uh, articles and a contact us page. So it's pretty like comprehensive. So if you wanted to, if you're not happy with this, so you can, we'll let me open up. If you're not happy with that, it's like if you wanted to, maybe you picked the wrong region. You said Ethiopia, but really you were thinking about Kenya or something. You might just go back to the open code and you like might say, hey, I actually got it wrong. I wasn't clear on the requirements, but can you make the website about coffee from Kenya instead, not from Ethiopia? It'll go and do that. It'll go and update everything it needs to. And the the cool part here is that it's working seamlessly to make the to make changes on top of the thing that it already created. So that website that you initially saw here, this one will be when it goes and changes things out to be coffee from Kenya, for example, it won't completely destroy everything you see here. It will work on top of it. So it has some memory of like what it's worked on, and it's intelligent enough to say, oh, okay, I've created it. And as I said, that it went and updated coffee from Kenya. Welcome to Kenyan coffee. So that kind of shows you a little bit about what we know, if the ability to keep asking it to make changes to it. So And you can take this very far, but this is we're gonna stop there with the creating of the actual the content of the website. So you officially are a you have some website here. So now the next step is to take this and um, the next step is to you created this website that says coffee from Kenya. Whatever. It doesn't look. You can make it yours, but assuming you're happy with what you got here, the next step is to take this and share it, right? Like, how do I get other people? How do I get this to my friends? And for that, you need to use Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is a hosting provider, website hosting provider. So it's your uh, it runs in the cloud, and it lets you for free take your whatever you build, and then in this case this Coffee from Kenya website, and then you'd uh, it would deploy it globally so that any device out there can access it. So it'll make it public. And um, if you notice, like when this website URL in in Chrome here, you can see it says users Martin desktop, etc. This doesn't look like your common website URL initially. So like when we told OpenCode, can you open the website? It opened this, and what this is a file that you can find in your computer, which represents your website. So you can't take this, copy, paste it, and send it to your friends because they wouldn't be able to see it. We wouldn't be able to load it up. That's where Cloudflare comes in. So um assuming you've gone and signed up for Cloudflare and you've logged in, and you know that you can that you can see whatever's in their platform there. You want to tell Google or OpenCode, can you deploy it to Cloudflare? I have this website, can you deploy it to Cloudflare? So then let's try and do that really quickly. Thanks for the website. Can you deploy this to Cloudflare? And again, this looks like magic. It's because it is. And in in my case here, it's it dep I have some, pre-installed, pre-existing things that I have installed here in my system, and it's pretty straightforward. In your case, if you've never used Cloudflare before, it'll probably tell you, hey, we couldn't find a way to connect to Cloudflare, but let's let's try to get you signed in to your account, and at which case it'll say, hey, open up the browser, and the browser will open up. Chrome will open up automatically, and then all you got to do is like click the continue button, and that way the Cloudflare is sort of you're giving OpenCode permission to access your Cloudflare account and manage it for you, so that it's able to to take the website and then deploy it. In my case, because I've already went through that one-time setup, you can see that now the coffee blog is now live at coffeefromkenya.pages.dev. This looks like a real website that I can share, and it is. And at this stage, we're done. Like, that's you could take this and you can share it with your friends, and they'll be able to load it from any device, any phone. If you wanted to do like more updates to this, um, if you wanted to do more and more updates to this, you'd go back to OpenCode, the same session, in that same chat, or maybe you create a new chat, whatever, and then you describe what you want, like, hey, I want to add a new blog post, can you do that for me? And then remember always to say deploy to Cloudflare, deploy to Cloudflare, and that will go and do the deployment, so that it's updated in the phones and whatever in your official deployed website. So just making the changes, just asking for the changes is not really enough from open code, because that kind of only changes your version that you see here in your computer. But once you say deploy to Cloudflare, it goes and does the next step. And so really that's all there is to it. And I hope that you create yours, and you know it's a good first step to give you an idea of what web development looks like these days with AI. And I'm happy you watched all the way through. So thank you for watching.